Good. So it's great to have you here today. Obviously, a lot going on, a lot of chaos, a lot of trials and tribulations within this event itself. And as your organisation's CEO, you're probably used to that as a payments provider company, so to speak. For our audience, just in general, maybe it'd be good for you to give us a better idea of exactly what it is that you do.
Sure. So there's many names to call ourselves these days. It's paytech, fintech, whatever you want to call us. Payment service provider, just in a short sense as well. But we actually do, we're sort of the Lego of the payments industry. So we provide our merchants and clients any type of financial or payment services that they require. So what sets us apart is that we actually combine all the services like banking, like issuing, acquiring, and we provide them as separate or all together for our merchants and clients. So that's what sets us apart, and that means that a client can service himself fully from the financial sense. They can open accounts, they can pay their employees, they can do anything that they require for their business, and to the consumer side as well. So meaning that we can accept payments, we can do payouts for marketplaces, for any type of industry that it is out there in the e-com space.
So it's not just a payments provider.
Yeah. You know, when you say just an payments provider, I think because the industry is so complex, it kind of became in a way that you have to specify what exactly it is a payment service provider, because a payment service provider can also be a very focused niche payment service provider. Maybe payment service providers doing B2B payments alone for companies. So we are a payment service provider, but we're also a payment service provider that really provides a lot of different kind of services, right? So from our perspective, we really cover everything that the client, e-com client, or a modern day business would require to service themselves.
So you've been going through quite a lot over the last few months or years, as you just said. You've also just got your license within the UK. I think you mentioned that, the FCA licensing, which is remarkable considering they've been handing them out like gold dust.
Correct. It was a very tedious process because it was quite difficult to acquire the license, and took us longer than we anticipated. And as you can imagine, for any business that is expecting to do something and has a delay, it's not the easiest of things, but it's a right kind of development for us. We were planning for it, and we're going live now by the end of the year. So all of our clients that were supposed to were originally on the EU license company now are being moved to UK. And we will progress also offering services in UK as well. And what is special about the UK setup is that we actually provide the same type of services that we provide from the EU company as well. So meaning that all of the services are transported, but they will be available for UK companies.
Okay. And you mentioned the word banking a moment ago.
Yes.
So is that something you're working towards in terms of a
No,
full
we're full banking license. Yes, maybe. That's a little early to say, and definitely not for next year, because we have our let's say plan full. But we are providing bank-like services for clients, and you really require a banking license if you're doing lending or any that sort of type of activity. So at this given moment, we're not there, where we don't really require a banking license, but for the services that we do provide for the clients, the license that we have is completely sufficient. But it's a very exciting development because I come from the acquiring and tech space, and banking was something relatively new to the company. So it was very interesting to develop and to also to see it through and launch it as well.
I imagine as CEO, a lot of sleepless nights as well.
I sleep very well, I have to say. I honestly, truly believe that if you don't sleep, you're not I'm not a good person when I don't sleep, so I make sure that I sleep.
I completely agree with you. So look, I mean, we're here in Cyprus, and we're at this amazing event in this incredible hotel, with a new casino. It's all about finance and the future of payments and so on. But what are you guys doing here? I know you were here yesterday and here today. What's the purpose of this for?
So, of course, Forbes is a very prominent name in the industry, and for a brand like ours to be associated with Forbes, it's kind of a key achievement in a way, and we're very happy that that we had this opportunity to do it in Cyprus, where it's our sort of home turf, because the company was established here 13 years ago. So for us, it's quite a significant development for Cyprus itself. And we really enjoyed, talking. We enjoyed, connecting, to the people here, and seeing a lot of speakers also from outside of Cyprus.
Good. So for our audience, like you said, just at Forbes, what's your message to them? What do we got to look out for?
So I think what we should look out for is, if we talk about the fintech space, I think I always say that there is I honestly believe that there's not something very groundbreaking that is coming. We're always recycling things that already exist in the industry. Whether we will do it better, whether we will improve things, that's kind of but I think the interesting side is definitely embedded finance. The use cases that are there are not completely yet developed, so I think we will see a lot of interesting things on that side. And I hope that the fintech in general will have better times, because at the moment the payment companies are slightly on the low in the evaluations and everything. So my kind of wish is that that all of the allied companies will be doing better in the next years and innovating and creating brilliant solutions for our clients.
Yeah, I mean, it's been amazing. I think you're underselling yourself a little bit there. I think honestly, it's going to be fascinating to see your journey unfold, and considering the steps and the strides you've made already, it really is quite impressive. So
thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Cheers.